Hello all, this is match day 4 in Group A of the AFC Champions League West. The King Fahd International Stadium in Riyadh is the venue for this game between Saudi Arabia's Al Fayha and Al Ain of the United Arab Emirates. Al Ain lead Group A at the halfway stage with 3 wins from 3 games. Al Fayha very much in the mix for the runners-up spot. The game between Ahul and Paktakor is ongoing, with Ahul winning 1-0 at the moment. Just starting to cool off after a very warm day in the Saudi Arabian capital. It is coming up to 1900 local time. Gentle breeze. Ideal playing conditions. Two weeks ago, the teams met in the United Arab Emirates on match day 3, and Al Ain ran out 4-1 winners. It did take them half an hour to break down Al Fayha, but Al Ain scored twice before half-time and the course of the game was set. They then scored a third goal just after the hour before Al Fayha pulled one back late on, only for them to concede a fourth right at the end of the game. The King Fahd International Stadium, nicknamed the Tent, holds more than 58,000. Don't think there's quite that many in for this game this evening. Al Fayha making their debut in the group stage of the Champions League. They've won 1 and lost 2. They began with a 1-0 defeat at Ahil, then beat Paktakor 2-0. Before that, lost to Al Ain a fortnight ago. The side from the United Arab Emirates won the AFC Champions League in 2003, beating Thai side Tirosasana in a 2-legged final. They have won all 3 of their games so far this time around. They began with a 3-0 victory over Paktakor, then beat Ahal 4-2 at home before dispatching Al Fayha just 2 weeks ago. Al Fayha have played 3 domestic games since the meeting with Al Ain, 2 in the Saudi League and 1 in the King's Cup, of which they are the holders. And in the league, they lost 3-1 at home to Al Nassr, and then the defending champions were knocked out of the cup in a 3-0 defeat at home to Al Ittihad, before coming back from 3-1 down to force a 3-all draw with Al Tai. So mixed results in between these 2 games. Al Ain have played 2 games in the UAE Pro League since the first meeting. They won the first 3-1 against Emirates, but then went down 3-1 at the league leaders Al Wasal, and missed a chance to go top of the table. As the substitutes make their way out towards the dugouts, the Al Fayha coach, Vukrasovic, has some injury issues in the squad. He's made 7 changes to the side that lost 4-1 a fortnight ago. The only defender to survive the colours, the captain, Hussein Al-Shuwash. Into the back 4 come Al-Qaidi, Yusuf Hakawi and Osama Al-Khalaf. In the midfield, Joko Simarot, Rakan Kabi and Ghislaine Konan are all in the starting 11, as is Anthony Nakame up front. He's recalled, he'll play alongside Fashion Sakala. There's no Abdul Hamid Sabiri or Ricardo Reila in the matchday squad, and there are only 8 substitutes on the bench. In the pre-match interview, the coach Vukrasovic did indicate there were some problems, some injury issues, so they haven't been able to field a full complement of substitutes. That is the home captain, Shuaish. And his opposite number is Bandar, who is the only player that will take the field who's on 2 yellow cards. Another one for him, and he will be suspended for the next Champions League game. Well, the Al Ain coach Alfred Schroeder hasn't changed his team much so far in this competition, and he's made only one change for this evening, with Ahmed Barman stepping into central midfield. So they will line up with Khalid Essa in goal, Kouame Kouadio, Khalid Al-Hashimi, Yongwoo and Eric are the back four. Bandar is the captain and in midfield. There are, forgive me, two changes. They're both in midfield for Al Ain, who will play a 4-3-3 with Alejandro Romero, who's known as Kaku, Laba and Rahimi up top this evening. Just shuffling the pack in midfield a little bit is Alfred Schroeder. Home team in orange and blue, the visitors in white this evening. As the players undertake the pre-match formalities. A win tonight for Al Fayha would keep them on course for a runners-up spot. No guarantees, of course, that they can make it through to the knockout stage, even if they finish runners-up. But they certainly need a win this evening. The on-field officials this evening are from China. Ma Ning is the referee. And the VAR official is Ali Sabah Al-Qaisi from Iraq. As the home fans unveil a banner and the home team poses for a photograph. The captains exchange pennants. Let's hope they have a good game. So too VAR. Works pretty well in this competition. There's confirmation of the Al Ain lineup. As you can see, the captain Bandar Mohammed is on 2 yellow cards, another one, and he will be suspended. It's a strong looking team. And among the substitutes for the home side, Khalid Karbi and Al Jubair are goal threats from the bench for Al Ain. There are a couple of strikers that the coach can call into action should he need more firepower up front. Alfred Schroeder, the coach, and there's his opposite number, Vuk Rasovic. Conan back in the team this evening. And we are all set to go. Match day 4 in Group A. Al Fayha against Al Ain.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the home side kick-off, they are in orange and blue, the away side in white. And an early touch for the away goalkeeper. Full time, by the way, in the other game in this group. Aha 1, Taktakor 1, so 2 late goals. And that really does open up the way for both teams. So if Al Ain were to win tonight, it would guarantee them finishing top spot. And a win for Al Fayha would put them in the driving seat for the runners-up spot with 2 games to play. So much on the line this evening. It's the home side who have made the more enterprising start. Helped on by Sakala. Conan. There's nobody really in the centre-forward position. Lacking a little bit of width at the moment. Kwame losing out. He is the centre-forward. They seem to be playing with 2 up front, Sakala as well. They did play a 4-2-3-1 last time out. Although Alfred Schroeder, the Al Ain coach, suggested that the opposition would play 4-3-3. That's certainly how he likes to line up. Flag stays down, goalkeeper comes, and it's an easy collect for him, and then the flag goes up. Al-Khalaf. Kawi. Nice turn from Conan. Just a little change of pace. And they could be in behind here. Oh, and there's a tumble in the box. Referee kept up with play. It's a half-hearted question asked to the referee. That is Alfred Schroeder. Fantastic CV with Ajax and Barcelona on it. As we have another look at that, I wonder if he'd just stubbed his toe in the turf. But it's a very cagey opening. I suppose Al Ain feel that they have a psychological advantage having won 4-1. As their coach said, it wasn't really a 4-1 game, but they are the dominant team in the group, and it's not them that needs to force the pace. As the shot is a speculative one from Al-Khalaf. That's Vuk Razovic, the head coach of Al Fayha. He's a Serbian who played for Yugoslavia back in the day. He's been in the job for a couple of years, and leading the team to their debut in the Champions League group stage, so doing a good job and looking for a result tonight. Kouame. Hashimi forward. Making good progress down the right-hand side. Bandar. Throw into the home side, and they'll just take their time here. Little nudge. Not enough for the referee to award a free kick. Little bit of space on this near side. Al-Khalaf switches the play. Sakala. Applauds the crossfield pass. Young Woo, who normally plays at centre-back, but moved into midfield for this evening, just to give some cover to his defence. You can see he just drops back in there. Hashimi, Young Woo. That's a really loose ball. It's important for Simero to get a foot on that, because that was possibly going to release the forward. Opportunity here. 3 in attendance to tidy up. Al-Khalaf is one of them, and away it goes over the head of his colleague and tidied up by Kouame. Eric. So he uses the same personnel that Alfred Schroeder, but he doesn't mind mixing up the positions. They were almost in there. Good defending from Algeri. Read the situation. Ball still in play, but given away. And Young Woo is there for Al Ain. Kouame. Oh, a really important interception, but it may still fall for the visitors. And the ball is out of play. He looks sharp up front. Fayha goalkeeper, Vladimir Stojkovic. 40 years old. To say he's been around a bit is an understatement. 3 World Cups. Played pretty much all over the world. And played a big part in getting his team into the Champions League with a superb performance in a penalty shootout in the final of the King's Cup. And in the side tonight, Young Woo. Not many options forward. Here he is again. Rahimi will chase. Al-Khalaf did well. So neither side really stringing it together as yet. Been playing almost 10 minutes. And certainly Al Ain happy to keep it low tempo and perhaps change the pace when they get closer to goal. Labo was out Fox there. Kouame. Young Woo, who's seen a lot of the ball. Kwame came to close him down, but it's back with Kwame. And Laba looking for a colleague. Kwame is fouled. Did well to hold the ball up there. Good centre forward play under the attentions of the centre half. Sultan draws the foul. It was a heavy first touch. He did well to recover his position and then was fouled. Youngwoo steps up again. Eric. Some of the touches from Laba not quite coming off at the moment. Prodigious lead. From Kojo Laba, but still couldn't get his head on the ball. Really athletic jump, almost got there. And there you can see the front three of Al Ain. As the goalkeeper Stojkovic opts to go long. I think took a blow to the head, but he's okay. Down the line, that's just going to run out of play. Kwame was in attendance, and here he is on the ball. It's almost like they're playing three at the back. Laba the target. Strong running from him. Manages to keep possession. Can't pick out a teammate. Rahimi involved and Youngwoo. Referee allows it to go on. So many white shirts back defending though. Just starting to take a little grip on this game, and here they come down the right hand side. And it's easy for the goalkeeper at his near post. Coming up to the 15-minute mark, and Al Ain are just starting to find their groove. That was the captain Bandar. Left by Barman. Rahimi in the middle, looking for the ball and getting it again. Bandar goes outside, and Rahimi, little ball looking for Laba. It'll come to Eric, Brazilian. Abbas, haven't seen very much from him. Oh, laid off nicely. And the turn from Rahimi is deflected towards Eric, who opts for the corner. So a set piece to defend for the home side. Goalkeeper keeps his eye on it and makes the grab. Quickly back though are Al Ain into their defensive formation. If I remember rightly, the goal that they did concede was a massive error, and they were leading 3-0 at the time. Here's a chance for Al Fayha to put some pressure on, and the ball is a loose one, and now this could be a problem. Laba. Rahimi chasing, and he gets it. Laba's making his way to the penalty area. Rahimi just lost the ball at the vital time. Alain have it back. Eric now. Kaku. Might get another opportunity to cross the ball into the area. Youngwoo, one of the centre-backs inside the opposition centre circle. That's how high they're pressing us. And yet another cross comes in and flicked off the head of Laba. That was an important touch. Laba's eyes were widening there. Quickly have it back, and Khalid Issa out of his goal just for a touch of the ball. Eric takes over. Rahimi. Too many options. Abbas is one of them. Kuame, Barman. Who's the kind of guy in midfield who just keeps it ticking over. Nothing fancy from him. He'll be mostly in defensive position and looking to give the ball to others. Perhaps the more creative players. Here he is again. Kuende. Yongwoo. It's just going to run out of play. So all 10 outfield players for Al Ain in that move were in the opposition half and really pressing up. I think Alfred Schroeder would be the more pleased of the two coaches as we approach the 20-minute mark. I wouldn't say his team have taken the game by the scruff of the neck, but they've certainly been the one with more possession. They've looked the more threatening, and they're happy to play at a fairly low tempo so they get a sniff of goal. And this is a good pass. Oh, and the referee points to the spot, and that's how it goes. Oh, he's offside. He seemed to point to the spot. Difficult to tell from our angle, but it certainly seemed like he may have been offside. Would it have been a penalty if he hadn't been? The answer is probably, but it isn't. VAR is having a look, presumably. So the offside has been given. Oh, not quite yet. Referee immediately pointed to the spot. He was sure it was a foul, but he didn't see the flag because that's the way that the officials do it now. So we'll just wait for this VAR check. Ali Sabah Al-Kaizi from Iraq, having a more than one look, it seems. Naning having to wait. It did look marginally offside. Sometimes it's difficult to tell, but I think this is probably going to be ruled out, or at least the penalty ruled out for offside, and decision is upheld, no penalty. But that was a really good example of how Fayha, having been penned into their own half, quickly broke, and they got behind them. A little warning for Al Ain. Doesn't matter how much possession you've had or how many chances you've created. If it's 0-0, it's anybody's game. But it's very cagey. It's a clever pass. Abbas threading it through. Goalkeeper thought about coming. Clearance takes a nick, and it'll be a throw into Al Fayha. Kwame having to come deep to get a touch of the ball, and here he is again, turning away from trouble. It's a 50-50 pass, and they've given the ball away. Kwame, Young Woo. Barman pointing to where Eric was standing, and that's where it goes, and here he is, the Brazilian, back to Barman. Just keeps it ticking over. Al Ain probing for an opening. Al Fayha working hard to make sure there's no space, especially between the forwards and midfield. You see there's two players occupying a gap between the defence and the forwards, and that may well go for a corner. So Fashion Sakala, who was fouled in the area but was offside, as we can now confirm, he was some way offside. Sultan to swing it over. Got to try and work the goalkeeper here. It's overhit. Kwame will pick up the loose ball. Not too much on for him. And that set-piece opportunity is rather wasted. Sultan, who did overhit that corner. Al-Khalaf gets it back. Can't get past Eric. Who took a painful one there. He's okay though. All present and correct. And they could just do with a little bit of time on the ball. Fayha. They've had to work hard defensively. But they will have taken heart from that moment when Sakala got away, even though he was in an offside position there. The possession percentage, as you can see, hugely in favour of the away team. And although it's 0-0, Fayha having to work so hard without the ball. Eric looking for Rahimi. There's a misunderstanding there. Fayha missing several important players this evening. Can't even raise the full complement for the bench, such are the issues. But coach was very positive. He said, yes, we do have some problems, but we're looking to win the game. The Saudi Pro League investing a lot of money over the summer as they try to raise the profile, not just of the game, but the region. And the Saudis have been a powerhouse in Asian football for some time. Play on, says the referee. Abbas turns away from trouble. Kouame, now he has time, finds Eric. Rahimi, touch in field, and Rahimi will get it back. Is he onside? Good save from the goalkeeper. No, he's off. Well, he might be 40 years old, the goalkeeper, but he was off his line quickly there. Yeah, that's very tight. That is really tight. But a good save from the goalkeeper regardless. Good work from Barman. And Rahimi will pick up the loose ball. Possible shooting opportunity. And he deflected away for a corner from Abbas, who couldn't quite get his feet out, sort his feet out. Probably wanted to have a go first time as Kaku. Alejandro Romero, as his mum probably knows him. Takes a quick corner and he'll have time to shape a cross. And the cross does come in, aiming for Young Woo. Eric with the volley and the flick! Ends up in the back of the net. Flag stays down. And Al Ain have the lead. And Laba on hand. The centre forward in the right place at the right time. Just the merest of flicks from him. Eric with the volley. And helped into the net. Just a little flick with the outside of the boot. Just there, off the heel. I think we could call it a back heel. Too good for the goalkeeper. And the first goal of the game goes to the visitors. Perfectly placed. Fayha 0, Al Ain 1. Fourth goal of the competition for Laba. He's been in great form and he's done it again for his team here. I don't know what's going on with this. Banda, the Al Ain captain, is acting as peacemaker. So half an hour gone. Ain win the ball back quickly. That was a sloppy pass. Oh, that's two mistakes. Al Fayha must keep their concentration. Been very disappointed to have conceded that goal, but at 1-0 they're still very much in it. But 2-0 before half-time becomes very, very difficult for the home side. So level of concentration must be absolute for the next 15 minutes or so. But it's a well-taken goal. And Laba's fourth of the campaign. The Togo international with his scoring boots on again. And here he is again. So as it stands, if the game was to finish like this, Al Ain would be through to the knockout stage. Foul by Rahimi. Only a third of the game has been played. Plenty of time for Al Fayha to get back into it. But that was a body blow. They'd done well up until then. Stojkovic hadn't really had that much to do, although he was the busier of the two keepers. Eric plays the 1-2. Don't think he quite managed to keep the ball in play. So the table as it stands at the moment, Al Ain with 12 points. Paktakor and Ahal with 4 each, and Al Fayha at 3, if this game stays the same. Kwame, good skill from him. It's tight though, it's very crowded and there's plenty of white shirts back. And there's just no way through. And now they can break. Oh, it has fallen for Rahimi. Laba is in the middle. They give away the corner. Oh, goal kick, says the referee, who again, very good keeping up with play, but did seem like it was a corner. Goes over. I'm not fully convinced he's 100% fit. He didn't seem to be moving freely there. And it may well be that he's carrying something and that he's had to play because they do have an injury crisis and he's in trouble here. Just couldn't hurdle the tackle and comes down heavily. So some treatment for the Nigerian, but he's okay. good passing. And they've broken the press. And Labber is on his way. Needed a swift intervention and got one. Carway across to cover his central defenders. Kaku. Eric. Well, it's a good-looking cross, and the goalkeeper didn't know what to do. In the end, he did get a touch, and it was a vital one. But indecision there from the 40-year-old, and still work to do. And he was bypassed there. He was a little bit lucky. Any kind of touch there from Labber, and surely it would have been 2-0. Didn't miss by much anyway. But it was the initial cross that had the goalkeeper in trouble, and he really didn't know what to do. It was the quality of the ball in. Now it's the other centre forward that is down. An impact injury to the back. He receives treatment, play goes on. Eric just gets a foot in, but took a knock for his pains. Manning across to ask if he's okay. He has blown for the foul. Oh, he just gets his foot stamped on. Oh, that is painful. You'll have a bruise in the morning. Accidental though, and coming together, even if it is a painful one for Eric, the left back. Alain have given the ball away. Shirt tugging there, and I think we're going to see the first yellow card of the game. Indeed we are. Hashimi. This turn from Sakala, and Hashimi was holding on for dear life. Well, that was risky from Young Woo. Gets away with it though. That's a really loose pass. Opportunity here for the home side. They overrun it though. And Alain survive. Barman just very tidy in central midfield, knitting everything together, plugging the gaps. And here's Rahimi looking for a shooting opportunity, and Labber does shoot! Clinical, absolutely clinical. 2-0. Didn't he take that well? His 5th goal of the competition. and that makes life very hard for Al Fayha. They're 2-0 down, 5 minutes to go until half-time. Rahimi, I think, is onside. He's got so much time to pick his spot. And pick his spot he does, but that's a lovely finish. He's unmarked pretty much, Labba, then backs off, unmarked again. They just can't get close to him, so really poor defending. Kept his eye on it, goalkeeper no chance. Lovely finish. Goalkeeper completely wrong-footed, 2-0. Al Ain lead. They are in complete control of this game. Nicely taken. Goal on 30, goal on 40. And the body language of the Al Fayha players not great at the moment, as the centre forward Nkwame tries to rouse them. They need to get in at half time and let the coach have a word and just raise their spirits. A goal before half time would certainly do that. It's played behind Nkwame. Sultan. Al-Khalaf. It is a foul. Haven't seen too much of Kavi in midfield for Al Fayha, but just because they haven't had much of the ball. Eric backtracking. Nicely worked again. They're just finding a way through, and Eric has loads of time and space, and this could be a problem. But the ball to Rahimi was a poor one. Challenge comes in, and again through the legs of Nkwame, but Al Fayha managed to retain possession. This is a good opportunity. Goalkeeper reaching and makes the grab. Sultan, who got away down that right-hand side. Rahimi. Little change of pace from him, and again, and they're in here. Rahimi, excellent save, Stojkovic. Brilliant goalkeeping. Off his line to prevent a third. That really would have been game over. Good timing of the run, though. Excellent goalkeeping, little bit of experience there. Coming out at pace. Strong left hand from Stojkovic. Oh, but Al Fayha have fallen asleep again. Stojkovic opts to punch. It's still there for Al Ain, and Al Fayha all over the place at the moment. Goalkeeper thought about coming. He stays at home, and I wonder if that hit the post. Kouame, yes it did, outside of the post. He scored in the first game with a far post header from a much tighter angle than that. He went close there. And that's a stroke of luck for Al Fayha. They are all over the place. That second goal has really deflated them. Sakala, good control from him, but they're forced back. in stoppage time at the end of the first half, and there's just 2 minutes to go, and the goalkeeper makes an excellent save. Fashion Sakala letting fly with his left foot, definitely onside. Goalkeeper called into action, really good save, sat up nicely for him, didn't it? Best moment of the first half for Al Fayha comes right at the end of it. Can they fashion something from this corner? Oh, very close. The flick on was good, the second header just not quite the contact. Needed saving. Perhaps Al Fayha can take a little bit of encouragement from that. But this attack goes nowhere, and we are very much moving towards the end of the first half, just 20 seconds or so to go. And it has been a first half that Al Ain have dominated, and they have taken their chances. May well be the last kick of the first 45 minutes. It is indeed, and it has been comfortable so far for Al Ain. That man there is the star of the show, Kojo Laba, scoring the first goal in the 30th minute to make it to 1-0, and then adding a second on 40, a lovely volley, his fifth goal of the competition. And later on, Kouame hit the post with a header. It's been all Al Ain, and they are in control of this group game and heading for the knockout stages. Half-time, Al Fayha 0, Al Ain 2. Welcome back to the second half of this game with Al Fayha 2-0 down to Al Ain. Been a difficult 45 minutes for the home team. The build-up to this game disrupted by injuries, unable to field a full complement of substitutes on the bench. That man has been beaten twice in the first 45 minutes, both very well taken goals. The first a back heel and the second a volley, and I don't think he moved for either of them. And Kwame worked hard up front. Sultan trying to provide the service, but it was difficult for the home side. Didn't have much of the ball. Fashion Sakala thought he'd won a penalty, but was then called for offside, and had the best moments of the game for the home side when he had a fierce left-footed shot, well saved by the goalkeeper. There will be a substitution for the home side. With Saud Zaidan coming on. Defensive midfielder. So just to give them a little bit of extra protection. But as I indicated towards the end of that first half, we didn't see much of the Al Fayha midfield because they just didn't have much of the ball. They spent most of the half closing down space and trying to mark their opponents, but it was very difficult. Al Ain slowly making their way from the dressing room. Here at the King Fahd International Stadium in Riyadh. It's not where Al Fayha are based. But here comes the away side. Great hurry, and I think we'll see that on the pitch as well. I mean, I think it's all about controlling the next 45 minutes. If they can get another goal, then it really will be all but impossible for Al Fayha, but the onus is on the home side to be a little bit more positive, and that may well leave space and gaps at the back which the visiting team can exploit. So a substitution for Al Ain as well. And the defender Shaker comes on. So we're good to go. And a mountain to climb for Al Fayha in this second half. An early goal would do wonders for their morale and spirit. But as it stands, Al Ain are on course for the knockout stages of the Champions League. A reminder that they won their first three games. Oh, and here's another opportunity early in the piece. Oh, and Eric fires it over. What a good situation that was. Defender stretching, could only set it up for Eric. Lubber may have felt that perhaps a pass was coming his way. He didn't miss by much, did he? It's on his wrong foot. So, Kabi off. Zidane on. For the home side, and it's El Hashimi who makes way for Shaker for the away team. They've certainly started the better of the two in this second half. So here's an opportunity for Sakala. Zidane outside him. They're just going to have to be more adventurous, take more risks if they want to get back into this game. From a longer term point of view, they won't be out of it by any means, out of the running for a place in the knockout stages, but it will probably mean they'll have to win their last two games, and that's going to be difficult. Conan just about keeps it in play. Zidane helps it on over the head of Nkwame. Here he is though, picks out the runner. Sakala thought about it with his left foot. Instead he goes back to Sultan, who's on the left. Conan. Zidane, better from Fayha. Algiri spreading it wide. Much more positive. Sakala has a lash! My word, that shaved the post. Essa was scrambling across. Perhaps the view from behind the goal will... Oh, this one will tell us how close it was. It certainly dipped. And maybe not as close as first viewing, but still an encouraging moment for Fayha, and they have the ball back. Nice and tidy from Fayha. They clear their lines. Kwame trying to put the defender under pressure, and now he'll try and chase down the goalkeeper. As I said in the first half, he just doesn't look fully fit to me. Not moving quite as easily as perhaps he could, were he injury free. Here's Eric, who had that chance early in the second half. And the cross is a good one. No, well, that's a little bit overhit, but it draws applause from Rahimi, who was the intended target. For Troder, the Dutchman who coaches Al Ain. His brother Bart is on the coaching staff. Rahimi chasing. picks up the loose ball. Good strength, really good strength. Goalkeeper made an early decision to come, and it's a really good tackle from him. He has a man behind him though, has to hurry. Sakala was almost in. Throw-in goes Al-Fayha's way. Plenty of defenders around the ball. Eric mistimed his jump, but helped out. It's a good pass out of defence from Young Woo. Fire have it back. Good start to the second half from them. Nice flick from Kwame. Good movement off the ball. And the cross comes in, and the ball ends up in the back of the net, and they are back in the game. Kwame getting ahead of the defender, and Al Ain have paid for some complacency, and within 8 minutes of the restart, Al-Fayha have a goal back. The inquest will start in the Al Ain defence. Onside. And it was Sheikha, the substitute, who didn't get in front of his man. Al-Khalaf with the cross. It did come off Kwame last, so he will claim it. And he's made it 2-1 with a close range finish. Not quite yet. Let's hold off. It didn't look offside, unless there was something earlier in the build-up, but it looked fine. So the VAR having a long look at this. It would do his side the world of good. And whatever he said at half-time has worked. Much more positive in this second half. A little bit more belief as well. But still the check goes on. No offside. Goal is good, and now it is a game on. Al-Fayha 1, Al Ain 2, and that well could wake up Al Ain, who with a win would qualify for the knockout stages. A draw may well be good enough. But they'd want to put it beyond doubt with 2 to play. Coach can rest players and perhaps try a few new things. But it's just what the game needed. Banda has to be a little bit careful. He's on a yellow, or he's on 2 yellow cards, another one, and he would miss the next game. Collision on the far side. Eric involved. Referee happy to let the game go. Young Woo forward. to carry the ball. Banda available, here he is. The skipper. Kaku. Barman. Just about the most ambitious ball that he's played this evening, and it didn't quite work out for him, but Al Ain maintained possession, and Eric has got away. Really good movement off the ball from the Brazilian. Needs a good cross. It's overhit, and it's easy for Conan. Oh, he's made a mess of it by stepping on the ball, and they're in trouble here. They want a handball. They're very unlikely to get one from that angle. Barman does well. Banda turns away from trouble. Just steps on the ball, and here comes the possible penalty shout. I think there was anything in that. VAR may well have had a quick look at it, but decided that there was no claim for a spot kick. Stojkovic goes long, looking for Nkwame. Sultan picks it up. Kwame, nice take, nice turn. Turns away from trouble once more. Going to have to do it all on his own, and it was ambitious from that distance. Al Ain's next two games, Tactical at home and then away to Ahal, as Eric carries on his run, blocked at the near post. They have beaten both those sides already in the group. Fayha are at home to Ahal in their next game. And then Tactical away is how they finish up. So as we have a look at the possible offside for the goal. But the VAR decided that there was nothing in it to rule out the strike. An hour played, and the game is in the balance. His side have come back into it in their second half. Sultan has done something or said something, but he's picked up a yellow card. Oh, it's done something. I think that's probably an accumulation of fouls rather than that one single incident, because there didn't seem to be too much in it. Laba is on a hat-trick. Abbas takes over. Loses out though. There's a man down, which I think is Eric. He's pleading his case to the referee, and I think it's fair to say referee's not that impressed. Oh. Well, I think it's fair to say that in some leagues that may well have been a penalty. But VAR says no on this occasion. Conan. Now Sakala. Haven't seen much of him in this second half. Conan takes over. Sakala. Deflected, corner. So they do feel that there's something in this game for them, having got that goal just after half-time. That's his weaker foot. Salter to swing it over. For the first time, he's overhit it. Disappointing delivery from the set piece, and you just feel that, well, you can see the Al Fayha defenders making their way back. They've run all the way up the pitch and only to be greeted with an overhit corner. It's a little bit sloppy, a little bit untidy. Kaku, good move from him. Excellent move from him. And goal number 3. Perfect response from Al Ain. Rahimi on the end of the pass. Cool finish. They have been clinical this evening. And that is 3-1. So any revival has been nipped in the bud. Rahimi on the end of it. It was Kaku with the through ball, no hint of offside. And a cute, lofted finish over the goalkeeper. Knew exactly what he wanted to do. And Stojkovic has had a little chance with any of the goals. Al Fayha getting back into the game after half-time, but the 2-goal advantage has been restored by Rahimi. And Al Ain remain on course for the knockout stages. 3rd goal of the campaign for Rahimi. Been very consistent. He's been lively up front. Back in the driving seat, Al Ain. With 25 minutes or so to play, Al Fayha can take encouragement from having scored a goal from open play. No reason why they can't do it again. But very difficult for them now. Kaku, good body shape from him to ease the pass towards Banda. Youngwoo, who's the last line of defence. Can't afford to muck around with it too much. Sakala commits the foul. Kaku. Banda. Comfortable for the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper attempting to go long, but it's just given the ball back to Al Ain. It's just walking pace now from them. Ball almost gets through. Eric has been lively on that left-hand side. Ball is kept in play and then it's put out of play for a corner. So Rahimi, Eric and Laba been really good tonight. Here's Eric. Oh, that's well played. Kwame, he's got a few up. Can he time the pass? Oh, not quite. It probably was the right one. Fayha in search of a second goal. Oh, lovely move! Oh! Sakala went round the keeper, but the angle was just too tight. But chances at both ends. He stayed onside. Goalkeeper came. Oh, that's a really good chance. It was tight, but it's a chance. And to be fair to Sakala and Kwame, they haven't had too much service, but they've looked threatening when they have had the ball. And Kwame is fouled. Painful one. Animated conversation between the two, and not a very friendly one, I don't think, which is why the referee stepped in. Young Woo, who came from Ulsan in the summer. 2 caps for South Korea. Nawaf is one of them to come on. He scored in the reverse fixture. Alanazi also coming on to play the last 20 minutes or so. Rahimi didn't like it. Zidane, who came on at half-time, is the one to be booked. It was a little bit unnecessary, to be honest. That really is late. And Rahimi reacted. There was no need for that, as Al Ain prepare another couple of substitutes. But a 2-goal advantage for Al Ain is comfortable. Another goal for the home side would make it interesting. But it's the visiting team on the attack here with Rahimi. And still Rahimi. And Eric at pace. And just too pacey for Labber on the far post. Good move though. Cut the defence apart. Those three have been excellent tonight. Eric's movement and running off the ball is really good. Didn't quite get the cross right there, but those three together have probably been the difference this evening. Stojkovic with a little bit of time. It's a poor clearance. Well, he was held back there. And another yellow card. So, not great, I would say, from Mohamed Sheikha. He couldn't prevent the goal, even though he was the man marking Anthony Nkwame, and now he's been booked for a foul on Sakala, who was getting away from him. So an interesting set-piece situation for Fayha. A goal now would really make it interesting for the last 15 minutes or so. Need a good delivery, hasn't been there for corners. Can Sultan make amends and get it right with this set-piece? The referee wants to have a word with Bandar, the Al Ain captain. Well, VAR, not for the first time this evening, is having a little look at this. Rahimi trying to explain to the referee why he didn't think it was a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, but I don't think he's neutral in this one. So the referee waits, we wait. Possible red card. So still the check goes on. A little bit nervous for Mohamed Sheikha. I think this is where people who don't really like VAR have a bit of an issue, because it just holds the game up, and especially if you're a team that likes to establish tempo and play a quicker brand of football, it can be irritating. The referee has been asked to go over and have a look. Was this a goal-scoring opportunity? There's certainly no other player in white near Mohamed Sheikha. I wonder what the referee's going to do here. don't be surprised to see a red card when he's been asked to come over to the monitor. I hope he's not looking at the same pictures as we are, because they haven't moved. And now we do. Wow. Decision time for Ma Ning, the referee from China. Yeah, I think quite possibly a goal-scoring opportunity. I suppose the question is, would the goalkeeper have got there? What's the referee going to do? Well, it's a free kick, but he's decided that it wasn't going to be a goal-scoring opportunity, perhaps because the goalkeeper was quite close to the ball. And so what's he done? I think he's withdrawn the yellow card because it's offside. After all that. So no, it wasn't a goal-scoring opportunity because it was offside. So the yellow card has been rescinded, and there is no possibility of a red card. We got there in the end, and play has resumed. And the long ball finds Laba. He has a little bit of support. Rahimi is with him. Oh, nicely worked. Really nicely worked. Just lacking the final ball. Eric popping up in the centre forward position. Was close to getting a shot off there. It's a foul by Rahimi. It's been very bitty, the game. Rahimi had a hold of Algiri's shirt. Conan, hardly seen anything of him in an attacking position. The possession stats much better for the home side in the second half. They were really skewed in it after the first half, as Eric, great work from him, but he forces Abbas out wide. Abbas does collect the ball, but there's nowhere for him to go, and he has to turn back and go all the way back to Youngwoo, who has been a rock in the centre of Al Ayn's defence. Oh, that's just sloppy. Really sloppy. Fayha looking to put together a move just to give one of their front guys a chance, but it's not going to happen with this one. And here come Al Ain, Hashimi, Laba, driven wide. And Al Ain not committing too many forward, it has to be said, as Eric gets involved. And the cross is a good one. Laba, that was probably a presentable opportunity for him to score his third goal. Not to be. So a couple of late substitutions just to perk it up for the last 10 minutes of the game. Fala and Hazim are coming on. Kaku, one of those to depart the scene. Abbas as well. Solid in midfield. Abbas. And Kaku, very good. It was his pass for the third goal. Lovely through ball for Rahimi to finish. He's played his part this evening. And Al Ain less than 9 minutes away in regulation time from a place in the knockout phase. Kwame twisting and turning and finding a colleague, and it's helped on. No way through though. Very, very untidy. So a little bit of tiredness creeping in for both sides. Fayha, Bandar, Shaker, Youngwoo. Given away, and again it's very untidy. I mean, it looks to be a big pitch. As Hazim tries to bulldoze his way through. Zaidan, Conan, Nkwame. For Sakala, it's a heavy first touch, but he still manages to keep hold of the ball. Can he get past his marker? No, he can't. Bandar back to help out his fullback, and Bandar is tripped and earns a free kick. He's been busy, the Al Ain captain tonight. He's played well too, given that he's, you know, desperately trying to avoid a yellow card and get a ban for the next game. I mean, he will carry it over, but he's been restrained this evening. He had the occasional word with the referee, as he's entitled to as captain of the side. Fayha turns away from trouble. Here's Bandar. Neat footwork from him. Fayha. Barman. Oh, another misplaced pass from him. We haven't seen that very much this evening. Zaidan is bundled over. Eric wins the throw in. Well, I think that there's just some pride that he can have in his team. They gave it a go at the start of the second half, got back in the game. Only to be undone by a third goal. Just 10 minutes after they'd scored. Rahimi Went for a corner. Now 1 or 2 struggling with cramp, which is a horrible feeling. Youngwoo up from the back. Well, we've seen a few of those overhit corners. So for someone like Youngwoo, who's run all the way up to try and join in the attack, and then stand there and watch the ball sail over his head, it is a little bit frustrating. Probably get replayed when the team sit down to watch a video of this game, with the coach looking at the culprit. Sakala. He's had a lively evening. Play on, says the referee. Bandar assessing his options. Some of the Al Ain players look tired as well. And Kwame. Good defensive discipline though from Al Ain. Here's Conan. Sultan. Now corner. Good time to get this right for Sultan. Oh, and he does get it right this time. The header is blocked. Gets past one. And headed over the crossbar this time. Into the last minute of the 90. Tired tackle from Eric as well, wasn't it? He's been exceptional this evening. He's really put the effort in. Late substitution. Rama. Come on and play the last few minutes. There will be some stoppage time. They had a couple of VAR checks, one of them particularly lengthy. Throw-in's gone the other way. As we await confirmation of the stoppage time. I think the announcer just said is 5 minutes. It is indeed. And we are 20 seconds into that 5 minutes. The third goal for Al Ain killed off any revival that Al Fayha were trying to mount, and they did get back into the game after half-time. But it's the mark of a good side. It just raised their game a little bit. Al Ain scored the third, and it looks like they will run out comfortable winners. They won the reverse fixture 4-1, so an aggregate of 7-2 is fairly convincing. But the most important thing is Al Ain will qualify for the knockout stages of the Champions League, and that's exactly where they want to be, and to do it with 2 games to go is doing it in some style. Conan. Lofted ball looking for Sakala, it'll reach him. Kouande came across. Here's the substitute, Al Rama, but he's lost the ball. Good work from the captain, Bandar. Kaba couldn't keep it in play. And just to waste a little bit more time, 2 more substitutes. As we look at, yep, 2 goals for Kojo Laba. Really good evening for him. That's why they pay him the big bucks. When a chance comes along, and 2 did, he took them both. Throwing goes the way of the home side, who now surely just playing out time. We're almost into the last 90 seconds of the match. And there have been times during the game when it's been a proper contest. Both sides felt each other out for the first 20-25 minutes or so, and then Al Ain getting on the score sheet. And then when they scored again 5 minutes before half-time, some of the wind went out of the sails of the home siders. Al Ain fashioned a good opportunity there, and I wonder why Fayha didn't shoot. That's a foul by Eric. Not too damaging when it's right in the position corner. He's been excellent tonight, Eric. Really good, really lively. Header away and a late corner. Probably going to be just enough time to take this. If they get a wiggle on. Worth making the trip for those away fans. And the corner is a good one. The keeper came, didn't get anywhere near it. And Al Fayha have a second goal. Geary will claim it. It came off him last, so very late. Very, very late. Gives some respectability to the scoreline. Doesn't tell the game, tell the story of the game really. But that was a goalkeeper error. He came, failed to collect, and Al Geary has made it 3-2. The very last knockings of the game, and that is indeed it. Convincing victory despite the scoreline for Al Ain, they took the lead just before the half hour. Lovely little back heel from Kojo Laba, his fourth in the competition, and then he doubled his tally for the night, doubled his club's tally with a volley, a well-taken volley 5 minutes before half-time to make it 2-0. And Al Fayha needed to get back in the game. They did on 53. Anthony Nkwame getting ahead of his marker to make it 2-1. But Rahimi from Kaku's pass made it 3-1. That was a clever finish. And then right at the end of the game, a goal from Algiri to make it 3-2. But the points go to Al Ain, and it means they have qualified for the knockout stage of the Champions League. Still a chance for Al Fayha to make it through as well, but they're going to have to excel in their last two games. The final score here, Al Fayha 2, Al Ain 3.